Hello again, everyone. Claire Garvey here. I am a teacher at a Montessori infant room. The days are full and fast, and every day I find myself using the quiet moments as opportunities to reground myself in my hopes. These kids are so young and impressionable. Being their teacher carries much weight, and it is so helpful to reflect daily on what the kids need in a teacher. Every day they should see patience, kindness, and love. Every day they should be encouraged to trust others and to learn to trust themselves. And every day their curiosity should be piqued. In developing the principles I bore in mind how helpful these moments of self reflection have been for me every day. What could be used in the future as points for reflection as an art classroom teacher? What should be my daily guiding principles? What will my students deserve in an art teacher, and what will help them grow? I developed only 5 principles, and though each are simple and foundational, each contains with it a complex truth with many parts. I will break them down into the main takeaway points that I hope each phrase can convey. The first is one I have found to be true all of my life. We are products of our environment. I see it daily in our classroom. We have small working space and 16 children. The noise level, the moods of our teachers, and the works we have out all affect their moods and behaviors. When we are loud, they are loud. When we have too many and old works out, they respond with frustration and bickering. As a very aesthetic person, I have always been happiest in spaces that are beautiful, and the children, I notice, take pride in their days when they take pride in their space. I think this translates at every grade level and with every student, no matter their needs. As an art teacher and in my lessons, I will work to protect the space in which we work. I want the room to be inviting and for the kids to take accountability in keeping it beautiful. I want the students to feel safe and inspired. With these hopes in mind, the benchmarks will measure their interactions with the space and with each other in the classroom. Firstly, it will be important for me to see the students treating the room and materials in it with respect. They should take cleanup as a serious step in maintaining our environment. Secondly, they should respect the way the classroom environment affects their classmates. If, for instance, they had a peer with autism, they should demonstrate respect for their needs within the space, an awareness of the noise level, and one another's personal space for working. The last benchmark is both for myself and for the students. I should see in the students an excitement to create. This most certainly will be affected by the aesthetics of the environment and the projects we work on there. The second principle is to lead by example. Again, these benchmarks measure both student progress and my success in making it possible for them. They are closely entwined. I will be the first every lesson to lead by example. After our introduction to the lesson and our discussion of the artists, I will demonstrate whatever steps will be necessary to the studio time. I hope that this will translate into seeing the students hit their benchmarks. From them, I hope to see an understanding of the steps I introduced and their ability to follow directions, as well as the ability to make each project their own, and lastly, their willingness to lead by their own example. It will be a major theme in my classroom, the understanding that art is a community activity, that we will learn from one another as much as my teaching or the artists I introduce. The third principle is that communication is key. I guess I should say that each principle I introduce is as important for me as it is for my future students. My communication with them, the clarity with which I introduce and explain our lessons, and my hopes for them will affect their learning and growth. I integrate reflection time into each lesson. Not only is communication key in art, but it is an essential life skill. Benchmarks for this principle will include students turning in reflection questions or papers on time, demonstrating thoughtful considerations of questions posed, and participating in and respecting class discussions. The fourth principle is that a classroom equals a unique student plus unique student plus unique student. I should be prepared to make accommodations when necessary. The world itself is an art classroom made up of unique students, and the students should, throughout the lessons, begin to demonstrate a personal style, be able to articulate personal choices and opinions during class discussions and on reflection sheets, and display an understanding of the importance of different styles both in their classroom and in our larger community. The fifth and last principle is to be positive. Art is a personal and subjective process. The students' respect and positivity in the classroom is crucial. My own positive support of their work and process is important too. An environment of positivity is contagious, as well as necessary for growth. It is true that one person's style might not be another's, but we need to be able to recognize the inherent value in another's creation. The benchmarks for this principle are very simple. Be positive. Be supportive of yourself and your classmates. Be positive about the projects presented and the steps they contain. Show excitement and understanding of the promise communicating through art holds for each person. I know that some of these principles and benchmarks may seem amorphous. However, although they may be difficult to measure, the skills learned from these principles will be important for life and relationships, jobs, and for art. They will foster kindness for others, strong communities, appreciation of art and of each other. They will be helpful in every subject and in every day. Thank you so much for watching.